we have a string like A, B, C, D, and we want to have a way to go through the string character by character and do something with each character inside the string. So there's two standard ways to go about doing this. One of them is going with an index, which we go through the range of valid indexes. This range, happily, is just the range of len of s because if the len of s here is 4, range of 4 will include the values 0, 1, 2, and 3, which are the 4 valid indexes here. So this is the standard way to do this. What comes out is I, and I is an integer, it's an index. To get the ith character, we go ahead and index this way with s of I. So when we run this code, sure enough, when I is 0, we can pull out A, all the way out to I of 3, pulling out D. So this is a standard way to walk through all the valid indexes of a string. There are times when you really don't care about the indexes. All you need are the characters, in which case there's another format of a for loop where instead of saying an integer in a range of integers, you can just say a character in the sequence of characters. And what comes out in this form of the for loop are not integers, but actual characters. So here we'll print out A, B, C, D. So this is convenient in that it's a little shorter, a little clearer. Again, if you don't care about indexes, because if you do care about indexes, when C is equal to, for instance, when the variable C is equal to the character B right here, we don't know that that's at index 1. And while you can look up where it is in the string, that is broken in a couple of ways. One of which is it's just inefficient. If you need that index, go back to the for loop that includes it. And second, what if it occurs multiple times? So you couldn't tell which one, which is just, now you could add a counter. You could do this. You could say I is 0. And I'll print I comma C, and then I'll go ahead and say I plus equals 1. And when I run this, sure enough, it works just like the last case. But this is silly. If I need the index, why not just run my for loop through the indexes? So use this form of for loop only when you don't care about indexes. All right, now here's another one, and this is really cool. So often data comes in separated by some delimiter. In this case, the delimiter is a comma. Very common to have comma separated values, as we call them, CSVs. So Python, as many languages, provides a mechanism to deal with that. You can split this string on any character or characters you want, and what'll happen is this will technically create a list. And technically, we're not allowed to use lists this week, but we will allow you to use them in this specific way, implicitly, where you loop through each resulting value in the split. And what this will do is it'll set name equal to Fred, and then name will get set equal to Wilma, and then name will be Betty, and finally name will be Barney. So when I run this, you can see Fred, Wilma, Betty, Barney. So this looping through a split is a way to take comma-separated data and pull out each individual string or data element. Similarly, there's split lines. So if you have lines of text, you could actually just split on the new line, which I'll show you in a moment. But that's a common enough thing to do that instead there's another method called split lines, which takes a string, in this case here's a multi-line string, and it will in turn set line equal to each line inside the multi-line string. And here we have quotes from two computer gods, Dijkstra and Knuth. Look them up on your own time. And we're going to pull out the quotes that were Knuth's quotes. So what we do is we go through every possible line in the quotes. If the line starts with Knuth, we go ahead and print it. And here are Donald Knuth's quotes. And we could have just as easily gone ahead with Dijkstra's quotes as such. When we run that, there's Dijkstra's quotes. And as we said, if you'd rather, we could have split on the new line character, and that would have run as well. So we see that splitting on the new line character is the same thing as split lines, but split line simply reads a little better. And that is the end of looping over strings.